Yeah.
Okay, Liddy. This is Liddy's question. I'm an artist. I do temporary body art using organic plant-based dyes. My issue is I always jump back and forth with my choices. And I end up not taking clients at all because I can't tie my ideas together to form a clear primary niche to zoom in on. I'm not sure which one of these three to focus on to display on my website to start attracting more.
Okay.
Somebody is
Don, can you please mute yourself?
I'm not sure which one of these three to focus on to display on my website to start attracting more of my ideal clients. How can I narrow my focus on the one person to primarily talk to?
Okay, Betty, can you read the first part again of what she does?
I'm an artist. I do temporary body art using organic plant-based dyes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. And what's her name?
Liddy.
Liddy. So Liddy, are you here?
I'm here.
Wonderful. Where are you based, Liddy?
I'm in Johannesburg in South Africa.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for what you're doing. Beautiful work, working with natural plant-based dyes instead of all the toxic stuff. Wonderful. Thank you for that. So what are the three groups you're thinking about? Liddy? Oh man, today's call is just a comedy of errors. Betty, am I frozen? Can you hear me?
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Liddy dropped out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's something I would just say for everyone. When you have something like this, in some ways it's a service, in some ways it's a product. And so for some of our businesses, there's a very specific target market for it. I help people with shoulder pain resolve that shoulder pain. And that's it. That's our whole thing. But for some of us, it's more about the modality, which is true in Liddy's case. Yeah, Liddy does this kind of body art with these plant-based dyes. Sounds a little bit like henna, maybe it is. So you could do a lot of things for a lot of people. You could do a lot of different kinds of art for a lot of different occasions. I could imagine, I don't know what Liddy's niches are, but niches could be things like, weddings or graduations, or there could be certain occasions, that they're based around festivals, productions. Somebody could have a whole, I don't know if in the film industry, you might get a whole gig with that. So if you have a particular thing that you're offering in that way, the thing to know is you're going to have multiple target markets. You won't just have one. The example I often give here is friends of mine had a superfood elixir bar in Edmonton. And they didn't just have one target market. It's not just like the vegans went there. There were all sorts of the foodies that went there. There were people who their doctors sent them because they're concerned about their heart. There were people who were yoga teachers there. There were holistic practitioners. There was a whole gamut of folks. And so people can get very stuck by focusing on one particular target market. Yeah, and they think, oh, I have to have just one. You have to have one something, but the one thing you have might actually be the boat. We get people from island A to island B. So sometimes we have one journey we help people with, but sometimes we have one boat, and the boat is unique enough. Now, if Liddy's in a situation where there are all sorts of people doing this kind of body art, and then, okay, so some of them maybe are using chemicals or things that, have health consequences. So Liddy the niche might be, I do this body art with non-toxic things, but let's just say everybody's doing that. Let's say there's lots of competition. There's lots of other folks doing the exact same thing. If that's true, then you need to start focusing on maybe who it's for within that. You say, okay, but again, you're going to have multiple target markets. So in that case, you just start to prioritize. And what I'd recommend generally is I'd say, who are the top three? Who are the top three groups that I want to focus on? And because, you know, every one of those, it'll be a slightly different thing. You don't want to have 12. There's going to be different hubs, different strategies, different approach. But I would pick the top three, and then I'd pick the one that's the most likely to bring in the most income. And then you really focus on that one. So that's what I would say there. Liddy, hope you're watching the recording. Thanks so much. Betty, back on. Liddy joins again.
Liddy just arrived. Hey, Liddy,
Yeah.
watch the recording to get Tad's answer to your question.
All right. Thank you, Betty.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll move on.